You like it? He likes the music? Hey, a little shout out here from Steve-O to our musical maestro, Lawrence. He plays at Old School here. And you got it Old School with the bands. You may recognize him from MTV and the Jackass movies. Now, Steve-O hitting the road to promote a book, and this morning he's here. This is going to be interesting. Not the guy that I expected when you walk into the studio, I got to say. But first of all, you've been sober for how long now?
It's been over 3 years.
Over three years right now. And you're kicking the vans, which I like this morning. So what brings you to town, first of all?
Well, first and foremost, I'm here on my hilarious comedy tour, performing at the Comedy Zone tonight at 8 p.m., tomorrow night at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m., and Saturday night at 8 p.m.
Is this physical comedy that you do?
Sure. It's physical. It's stand-up. I started doing stand-up comedy 5 years ago. Somebody invited me to a comedy club in Los Angeles. All they wanted me to do is get on stage and do something crazy.
Right.
So I showed up and I looked around and I thought, you know, the craziest thing I could do would be to try stand-up. And I sat around thinking of stuff to say to get laughs, and it became my turn. I got on stage, said some ridiculous stuff, people laughed, and I was hooked, you know? So I really stuck with it. And you know, like I said, it's been 5 years. And I've been on tour as a headliner since last November. And I got to say, you know, at this point, I've really got it going, man.
You got it going now?
I've got a great show. And, you know, I don't know how to let people sell tickets to a Steve-O show if I'm going to stand there and talk the whole time. So I do some crazy tricks and stunts.
Is it the same thing every time, or no?
No, it changes around. It's a real variety show, you know. And
I can only imagine.
It's, you know, I dish up every sordid detail about like the most outrageous things that happened with groupies, and you know, if you were a fan of me on Dancing with the Stars, it might not be the show for you.
So there's a different side, of course.
Yeah, you know,
let's talk about your book. You got a book signing on Saturday at noon at Barnes & Noble at the Town Center. New York Times bestseller. I love the title. I thought this was going to, you just stole my idea, Professional Idiot.
Yeah, Professional Idiot, a memoir. It's not a flattering story, I got to be honest. You know, I kid around that I could have just as well titled the book Confessions of a D-Bag.
Oh, nice. Well, very nice.
But, you know, but whatever. You know, I've had a ridiculous life, man. I've made poor decisions. I've done outrageous stuff, and I've managed to survive it all. And that being the case, I've got an unflattering story, and I wrote a really good book about it.
Yeah, and some of the guys, Ryan Dunn, most recently, his passing as well. Is there anything you take away from that?
Honestly, I feel like, you know, a few years back, I would have taken that and turned it into a reason to treat myself worse. And today, I feel like that it makes it seem more important to take care of myself better. You know, it hits me in waves, man. I feel like it still hasn't really set in. You know, last week I was doing shows. I always stick around after my shows and take pictures with everybody in the audience that wants a picture. And just last week, somebody asked me to sign a picture of the whole cast of Jackass. And looking at it, and I saw Ryan Dunn on there, and I felt like it just hit me like I was just finding out that he died for the first time. And, you know, I really, it made me cry, man. And I feel it's still not fully set in, I don't think.
Well, you've got some lighter moments, certainly. You go to ComedyZone.com, and you're going to be out at Barnes & Noble on Saturday as well.
That's right, yeah. And if anybody wants to hit me up on Twitter, I've got a couple tickets to give away for for the show this weekend.
You have your followers on Twitter now, right?
Yeah.
That's the way to communicate with everybody.
It's a useful medium, and I like to interact with people on there.
Do you ever think you'd be so big, you know, your name would be so well known after the way you started?
I don't know how big.
Well, you know, you're certainly recognizable.
I'm really fortunate. I'm extremely grateful. I don't consider myself to be too big of a deal, but I'm every little bit, everything I've accomplished, I'm just really grateful for.
All right, Steve, we're going to check out his show this weekend.
Hey,
Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Let's toss it over to Jamie.